game losing streak, and if Lawson can come in and produce 50 points in 40 games, those are incredible numbers. If he can put numbers even half as well as up like that, it's just going to contribute and kind of be a complementary factor to the top scoring line that we've seen.
Motoring to the outside, Trevor Souza. Souza tried one-handing one towards the top of or rather towards goal. That was knocked aside. Sent back down deep. Franklin Berry will get there first, and he'll wrap it along even further out of the zone, but out of the reach of Westendorf. Check that, Souza. Myers falling down on the play was Dylan Bruce. And now it's Skeens. Softly off the boards, ahead for Keola, poked further by Colby Donovan. Donovan sees this not getting knocked off of his stick. It goes back behind the net. Christopher is there. Further along Souza. Bruce. Now Souza again. Skyland still looking to clear. Finally, and he finds Brandon Cope. Cope, a weak flip attempt, is soccered on down by Hibbert, and then with one hand on his stick, shuffleboarded into the Danbury zone.
Well, you just see the skill of Cole Hibbert, and he's like a Nicholas Backstrom type.
Brony is going to sit 2 minutes for tripping, and so the Skylands Kings get to go onto their first power play of the evening. Skylands comes in converting on 36th and a third of their opportunities. That's good for fourth in the entire NA3HL. Here's Christopher. Shoveled down low, Dinzik. Now Christopher again. Tries going along for Clark. Clark was tied up by Barry. And now Kyle McEnany. Diving out, gets it out of the zone. He comes off for a change. Pass intercepted. This time by Connor Lefkoff. Lefkoff overskated the puck. Delayed offsides against Danbury. And the Kings with a long pass up ahead. 2-on-3 into the zone. Clark ran into a wall named Franklin Berry. And Donovan is able to clear.
Now, that's a great play by Franklin Berry. He's not one of the fastest guys on the ice, but he knows how to use his physicality. Just stands up the player right there in the middle of the ice, gets the puck out of the blue line.
Danbury kills off just about 85% of behind the net. Mastroni gets there first, tries centering it out to the slot. Knocked away by Arnold. He goes over far side for James Clark. Clark, a shot goes through the blue paint and wide. Hibbert at the blue line, manages to keep it in the zone. There's a linesman involved in the middle of all of that. But the puck comes loose, and it's Franklin Berry now. Off the boards for Maverick Skeens. Skeens taking the puck from an interesting bounce in the corner. Jack, we've seen that corner really play into a few games here in Danbury
Yeah,
now.
nothing taken for granted over in that far side corner on the right side of your screen. You have to be careful when that puck's rolling around on the bottom of the boards there.
Well, that was, the Danbury Hat-Tricks game against Elmira.
Level.
That's a real good point, Jack, and we'll keep an eye on it as this game continues and see if things ever settle down. When you're in the middle of a 7-game losing streak, you got to change some things around. Here is Lefkoff sending it back down deep once again. Behind the net, Robertson sees Heiler come together with Lawson. Now Remsen. That one goes through the paint, and Robertson steers it aside. Thomas Mugen is able to clear the puck as far as the red line. Now Nate Mastroni from his backhand will get down deep once again. Christopher pinned against the wall by Mastroni. Off the glass, out of the zone. Bruce will chase after it, but it ends up on the stick of Franklin Berry. Now Mastroni once again. This time he'll go in on goal. Robertson gloves it easily. Another off. Tries feeding it back for Remsen. Remsen, bad angle opportunity. Paddled aside by Robertson. And now Hoffman able to clear out. From the red line, he sends one through the wickets of Franklin Berry. He'll go off for a change. Under 5 to play here in the first period. Here's Maverick Skeens. Cole Hibbert watching him closely. Long pass through a neutral zone connects with Scott Lawson. Lawson has his pocket picked by Souza. Souza's pass too far for Hibbert. Now Lawson again. Another pass. Can't be completed. Arnold will dump it down deep. You get a good sense of how aggressive Skylands is with their forecheck. You see the one player right in front of the cage. Next 2 players are at the top of the circles.
Yeah, that was Arnold, Clark, and Hibbert again. That top line just finding a way to disrupt the Danbury defense in between their own circles.
Very strange bounce, this time coming out of the Zamboni corner as the puck was rattled around the glass. I think it hit something and came back the other way. Now a 2-on-1.
And he continues to attack the puck, so they have to blow it.
Maybe he kept his hearing in Europe. We'll see. Lawson a shot. That's easily handled by Robertson and directed into the corner. Now Donovan, met by Hibbert. Pinching in from the points, Connor Lefkoff. Hibbert with another opportunity. Lefkoff again keeps it in. Connor Lefkoff now finally finds Colby Donovan. Donovan tries chipping it along for Machar. Machar will get it in the corner with 30 seconds to go. Back at the point, Barry. Machar again. He's met by Hibbert. Lawson. Lost possession of the puck. Sent out into the neutral zone. Lefkoff will send it back down deep. 15 to go in the period. Here's Heiler. Heiler will wrap this one around the boards. Barry, who was already out in the neutral zone, couldn't keep the blue line. 6 seconds remaining in the period. Kings just looking to kill off the rest of the clock, and they're successful in doing so. So at the end of one.
I know O'Brien's probably going to want to have that one back, but a good way to start this period. If you're Skyland scoring within the first minute 30, that's the tempo you want to start in this to try to get your first victory against Danbury and hold them off of second place.
So off the draw, the puck finds its way back down into the Danbury zone, chopped down by Tom Hoffman. Hoffman lost possession of the puck, just as quickly regained by the Kings. Off the boards, Dinzik takes a swipe at it, but instead it'll be Maverick Skeens flipping it up. Broussard will knock it down. Broussard back into the zone, gets around Brady Hill, but then gets dumped down to the ice. Big hit thrown by
on the power play. They've come out of this period, and they've come out with a vengeance.
Yeah, they're starting to feel it now. For Clark, it is his team-leading 27th goal of the season. That gives him 52 points in this, his 28th game. Not bad for the youngster who hails from Lutterworth in the United Kingdom. Not bad. You don't get too many Brits out here.
Well, with Clark with an E at the end, I almost assumed.
It's America, you know, especially this area. You never know. Wonder if anybody's watching from the jolly old country.
Well, if you whole different level of energy, and it's paid off.
It's almost like they used the first period as a warm-up, but now an odd man rush coming the other way. It's Colby Donovan. Donovan scores!
Just that much skill. He slots it in that bottom right corner, and there you go.
Well, that's one for Danbury. For Colby Donovan, it's his 17th goal of the season. And Jack, like you said, you need your goal scorers to score goals. That's what Colby Donovan does right there.
Well, he's so talented, too. He can score from all over the ice, slap shots and wrist shots, just that skill and just the decision-making there. And 3-on-1, a lot of players feel the pressure to actually pass the puck because they feel like, oh, I got to get the better shot opportunity. He knows his ability. He knows where he can put the puck. He goes to the stick side, down low. Tough for Robertson to make that save, and he cashes in.
Here's Cole Madsey from the red line, flipping it up into the zone. He'll chase after it. Heiler there as well. Well, everybody back up to their skates as we've got about 9 minutes gone by here in the second period. 3-1 your score. Skylands with the lead. Christopher across Broussard, and now here come the Kings out of the zone. Racing ahead is Joe Arnold. Arnold in! Kick saved by Alex Fernandez.
Huge save right there because, once again, another Kings attacker undresses the Danbury defense, and Fernandez makes a huge save in this game.
Brandon Cope, one hand on his stick, turns away from pressure, gives to Mastroni. Now Barry. Barry doesn't get everything on it, but it's loose in front. They score! Brandon by here in the second period as this one bounces in front of a net. Robertson elects not to touch it. Dangerous decision, but does not result in disaster. Hoffman, he'll flip this one high. Batted down by Barry, touched by Dinzik, so no whistle on the hand pass. And now Donovan, poked off of his stick by a fellow 14 in Cole Hibbert. Forced along further, that one goes through the skates of Cope. Now Clark, into the zone. It's Barry, with Hibbert all over him. Hibbert forces a turnover. Chipped in front, intended for Arnold, but it got knocked out. Christopher will send it back into the zone. Barry off the boards. Donovan sees this bounce off of his shin pads, but he can't get it deep. On the follow-up, Madzy's able to get it further into the zone. Another long home run pass falls in front of Clark. Clark with Madsy on top of him. Madsy with the puck. Cole Madsy reverses back for Kevin Remsen. Remsen with a nice move. Nearly breaks the ankles of Cole Hibbert.
Oh, he did. He did.
You know, you don't see moves like that from Kevin Remsen too often.
No, and he had the puck. It's kind of an awkward angle, too. The way he had that puck, but he just used his elusiveness, and, well, he didn't know he had it in him.
He should do that more often. Why not?
Why not? It looked good.
Especially when you have Cole Hibbert on top of
Yeah.
you. Clark gives along Arnold. Arnold gets crunched. Ends up in the crease. Back up to his skates is Nicholas from the point. A rising shot. That one hits his teammate Arnold in front. Madsy. Far side for Lawson. Scott Lawson trying to get around a pair of defenders. Unable to do so. Dylan Weber on the follow-up breaks things up. Now Wesley Westendorf. He'll wind and fire, but it goes wide. This power play unit's going to be. It looks like it's going to be Remsen, Lawson, and Machar up front. On the blue line, it will be Ryan Wojciechowski and Franklin Berry. This is Berry sending it back into the Skyland zone. This should be icing. It will be. And so Kevin Remsen now with a defensive zone face-off. 26 seconds to go in Danbury's first power play. 4:40 to go here in the second period. 3-2 your score. Skylands with the lead. In the corner, it's Cole Madsy. Watched closely by Souza. Now back to Lawson at the point. Madsy again. Lawson getting to a space. Madsy a shot. That one goes off the side of the cage. And now fresh out of the penalty box is Nicholas. On a breakaway. Madsy behind him. Nicholas tries getting it to the forehand, but just out of his reach. Good job getting back was Cole Madsy.
Yeah, such a huge back check for Cole Madsy. He's hustling. He just does enough there against Nicholas, and then nice check in the open ice right there. That was number 27, Sean Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny not the biggest player, but he caught Machar looking the wrong way. Back down into the Skyland zone. This is Brandon Cope. Giving along for Machar with under.
Skyland's all over them. Really, really great third or second period, I should say. But since those couple of goals, we've only seen a couple shots on Alex Fernandez. Their offense has been quieted thanks to the sustained pressure and 2 goals from the Colonials.
Here is Clark driving to the outside. He stops and looks for an option. Goes back to the point for Heiler. Heiler gave it back, now given down low Arnold. Arnold stripped of the puck by Mastroni. Just as quickly turned over. Clark from his knees can't take the shot. Mastroni still looking to clear. Cannot. Here is Clark for Arnold. Back to Clark. A one-timer saved by Fernandez.
A strong save by Fernandez. A soft shot. Just got to be better with the puck there. Smarter with the puck.
Here's Remsen in. Shot saved by Robertson. Everybody goes rolling on in. Robertson does a snow angel. And he slowly gets back up to his feet with the puck over 100 feet away. Under 2 minutes to play in the period. Mastroni chasing after this. Christopher
nervous. A good effort play. Just the strength and the reach for Dylan Weber on that last time.
Shot from the point never made its way through. Misha Machar found it in his skates. Crunched up against the boards is Arnold. 13 seconds to go in the period. Machar trying to force it out of the zone. Or rather down deeper. It's Cole Hibbert trying to force it out of the zone. A bad angle attempt saved into the glove of Robertson. For the Colonials, who are in their white uniforms skating from right to left on your screens at home as we're underway in the third period. And Jack, some unfortunate news from the locker room. Maverick Skeens, a lower body injury. He will not be able to return to tonight's game.
Yeah, you kind of figured just by the way that he went down and the pain that he looked like he was in. Couldn't put any pressure down on his left leg. We hope for the best for Maverick.
So we'll keep an eye on how that develops for the Colonials. But right now, the team has to try and get another goal and tie this game up, because you take a look at Danbury, when they are trailing after 2 periods of play, they have a 1-17 record so far this season. Meanwhile, for the Skylands Kings, when they're leading after 2, they have a 9-1. Has Donovan, his pass on the backhand, too far wide.
There's almost an in-betweener there, Zach. He either wants to pass that to Donovan or put that on goal so Donovan can get the rebound. Just kind of splits it right down the middle and nothing comes of it.
Now Mužin the other way. Haven't seen too much of Thomas Mužin so far in this game, as Mužin, at least in the last game that we saw him, was a much bigger contributor. He has 2 goals against Danbury this year. He'd love to add a third. Mužin picks that puck off. Madsey sees it go through his skates. Weber and Mužin. Mužin gives it back up to the point. Here's Nicholas. Boy, didn't get everything that he wanted on that shot. Sticked aside by Alex Fernandez. Fernandez on in relief of Shane O'Brien. He's been perfect so far, but could use another goal in support. Here's Christopher at the blue line. Lawson was able to get it out. Weber through the neutral zone. Gains the blue line and flips it down deep. He'll chase after it himself. Christopher tries slowing up in front. Saved by Robertson. And he holds on too much of him. So he'll have to serve a 10-minute misconduct as well. Dylan Weber, the best faceoff taker on this team, and he'll spend a majority of this period in the box. Christopher's shot is blocked. You know, I'm curious if Ryan Wojciechowski, if he's injured as well, because we haven't seen Wojciechowski out there so far this period, and now he's in the box serving the penalty. A little strange to put a defenseman in the box, especially when you've lost Maverick Skeens for the evening.
That's a great point, Zach, and we haven't seen much from Ryan Wojciechowski leading into that end of the second period. I'm wondering if it's a coach's decision here to just kind of say, we're going to put our 4 best players on the ice and just try to fight this thing off.
Cole Hibbard, his shot gets deflected by Clark in front. Another penalty coming up. Skylands will try and give up possession of the puck. It's still loose on the side of the net. Fernandez jumps out onto it.
Scoring ability is what takes the cake. And, I think Franklin Berry got away with one there, Zach.
Yes, he did, as we have a Cole Hibbard. Will start things deliberately for the Kings. He gives to Dinzik. Dinzik back for Hibbert. One hand on his stick. Gives it over to Christopher, who gets it down deep. Franklin Berry, recently released, brings it around the boards. Dinzik holds it alive. And now Clark stepping in. High slot, a shot gloved by Fernandez. He'll hold on. For the folks from Jersey are going to be happy with this
Yeah,
choice.
they love it. How about Born to Skate?
Born to skate?
Yeah, born to run, born to skate.
Remsen with a drive. It goes wide. I mean, I don't know about born to skate.
I'm just trying to. No.
Franklin Berry's shot gets deflected out of play. Kept alive by Remsen, but only for a moment, as Sean Kenny will collect, and he gives along for Souza. Turned over. Here's Cope coming the other way. Heiler is able to break that up. Remsen fans on the attempt to keep it back in, and then, because, well, that's not legal, but you see it on your screens at home. It's really close, and there's only a small gap between the seating area and the top of the glass. That last puck managed to find it and surprise the off-ice guys. 7:10 to go in regulation. Franklin Berry will chase after this. Some backspin on the puck causes it to settle down before it crosses the goal line. Back in his own end, this is Dinzik turning it over. Machar trying to barrel his way on through. Remsen is there as well, but it'll be Machar who comes up with the puck. On his backhand, gives back to the point in Franklin Berry. Now Machar again. Machar, bad angle attempt. He was looking for a deflection by Kevin Remsen. Kept alive by Madsey at the point. Kenny and Remsen come together. Madsey, a quick shot, kicked aside by Robertson. Remsen again, this time forcing it behind the net. Broussard will get there first. Machar has to be careful with that free hand that he doesn't take a penalty. Along the near side wall, Hoffman's able to muscle it out of the zone. Thomas Hoffman got it down deep. He was 0 for 5. And, you know, for Danbury, they're going up against the 4th best power play in the league. They're going to connect at some point.
Yeah, especially when they've been on the ice for so long, especially in this period.
Here's Mužin with a shot. It goes over the net. Mužin still battling. Tries a short side attempt. Saved by Fernandez. Now everybody comes together again. To the left of Robertson with 4:08 to go in regulation time. Shot from the point. Robertson sees it all the way. Steers it behind the net. Cole Hibbert there to collect. Remsen cancels him out. Nobody else wearing white in the corner to help Kevin Remsen out. Now behind the net, Christopher for Clark. Missing on the check was Cole Madsey, and the Kings are able to clear once again. Arnold shrugs off a check by Barry. In the neutral zone, it's Christopher. That one hits his teammate, Joe Arnold, taking that one off the side of the leg. That's going to hurt. Now Lawson will chase after this. Robertson missed on playing the puck.
2-goal game. Still work to do offensively, but you have to look at that save in case this thing does get tied.
And, give credit to Sean Kenny as well for being able to hustle and split the Danbury defense. Franklin Barry will send it back into the...
Easy to get into a rhythm offensively. They eventually connect for the fourth shot. Clark connects with the goal on the power play, and then the empty netter for good measure. Good win for Skylands. It's going to be their first against Danbury this season.
It is Skyland's first victory officially against the Danbury Colonials. Their last victory against this franchise came when they were still known as the Niagara Falls Powerhawks. Shot, they score. Kevin Remsen.
In terms of win-loss, but Kevin Remsen, who I thought played well enough to deserve a goal, gets one there with 7 to go.
Remsen and Heiler taking a couple whacks at each other.